Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be creating for loops in Python. A for loop can go through our lists and grab each item in our list and print it out to us neatly, as well as get its index, the spot that the item is stored at, and print that out as well for us. So let's get started and create for loops. Today, I'm going to be coding on replit.com. You can use Python if you like, or whatever you enjoy coding on. I'm going to write a comment for us in our code. This doesn't affect our code. It's just like little notes that we can write to keep our code organized. I'm going to create a list called snack_list, and I'm going to put some items in this list. I'm going to put chips and cookies. This is just going to be like a snack list with snacks inside of it. And I'm going to put pizza. Okay. So we just created a list of items. So we have all these snacks stored under the variable snack list. And then we'll leave another comment, the list of the items in the list. So this is our list that we just created, also known as the snacks. Okay. So after we create the list, let's start a for loop. So what the for loop is going to do is it's going to look through the items in our list. So it's going to look through the items, the chips, cookies, popcorn, pizza, and it allows us to do something with those items in the list. I'm going to write for item. Item refers to the values in the list, like the chips, the cookies, popcorn, pizza. So item is going to refer to these in the list, my snacks in the list. So for item in, and then we need to tell it what it's going to look through. So it's going to look through our snack list. So for item in snack list, put our colon. So we tell it to do something. On the next line, use the print function, print item, because the item refers to each one of those values in the list. Let's go ahead and run it. So it printed out all of our items in the list. It printed out chips, cookies, popcorn, and pizza. Perfect. Okay. So we were able to print our items, each single one of those in our list. And I refer to each snack in my list as item, but you can name it whatever you like. For example, I'm going to say for snacks, and then for snacks in snack list, print snacks. And it will work just like the one before. And it prints out our snacks that we had in our list. So you can name it whatever you like. But to keep it simple, I do like using for item, but you can name it whichever to refer to the values in the list, whichever you like better. Let's do another example. We can even use for each snack in snack list. So you can like kind of learn it better, you can name it whatever you like. It doesn't just have to be item for item, and it can be whichever you want to call it. So we were able to go through each item in our list. I'm going to erase this just for a second because there is another way that we can print out the items in the list. We can just say print snack list and go ahead and run that. And I forgot the little underscore. But when we print this out, it prints out our list and it has like that format of a list. So it doesn't like print it out. It doesn't go through each single one. It doesn't look through the whole thing. It's just printing out the list. So that's why we use the for loop. So we get a nice format as well as it goes through each item in the list and prints it out neatly for us. So just like this. So that's why we use the for loop. I'm going to erase this comment and I'm going to go ahead and say, what if we want the value? The value is the item in a list. So chips, cookies, popcorn, pizza. And we also want the index, the spot in which the item, the value is stored at. So what if we want to print out not only our value, the item, but also the index, the spot in which each item is stored at? So for example, chip is the value. So chips in the list is the value, cookies is a value, popcorn is a value, and so is pizza. And all these items are stored in little spots called indexes. So for example, chips is going to be stored at 0 because Python counts from 0 up. It doesn't count from 1. It starts at 0. Popcorn is going to be stored at index 2. And then pizza is going to be stored at index 3. So when we create a list, our items are stored in little slots called indexes to keep them organized. So each one of these has an index in which it is stored at. We are going to now get our value cookies, and then it's also going to print for us where it is stored, what index spot it is stored at. So let's go ahead and switch up this for loop so we can get both value and the index. So for index, the spot that it is stored at, and value. So because we are getting two things, we are going to put a comma after index and then value. So for index comma value in, and then we're going to use this built-in function in Python, which is called the enumerate function. This function allows us to get both the index and the value. It is a built-in function that will get it for us quickly, so we don't have to write a bunch of code just to get the index spot. So we put that function right there, enumerate, and that is the built-in function. And so what is it going to look through? What is it going to look through? We are going to look through the snack list. So go ahead and put your list name right in that enumerate function. Put the colon, and I'm going to say print, the print function. We're going to print the index as well as the value. So that is what we are going to print out. Because the enumerate function will automatically know the index and the value, it's going to print that out for us. So we have chips is at the index 0, cookies is stored at spot number 1, popcorn is stored at spot number 2, and pizza is stored at spot number 3. So that enumerate function allowed us to get both the value, the chips, cookies, popcorn, pizza, as well as the index spots, the spots in which Python stores them at. So that is exactly what we wanted. We were able to get both the spot and the value. And just like we did with our other for loop before that, we can name these whatever we want to. So we can refer to the index as I, short for index. And we can also go ahead and test that out. So let's go ahead and run that. And it prints out the index and the value. So you can name this anything you want. So when you start your for loop, you can name this anything you want. You can refer to your list and items as anything. I'm going to change and put back index back there, and then I'm going to change my value name, the items in the list. I'm going to name them items, and then make sure that you change your print statement down here and try to run that. So it's saying I is not defined. So let's go back because I forgot to update it to index. So we are printing out those items and it worked. So just make sure that when you print them out, you refer to the correct name that you named your value and your items in the list. But I think that just naming them index and value keeps it simple and organized. So that is everything for today's for loop video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next coding video.